become a lifestyle. As a personal trainer, this is what I try to instill in my clients to become a lifestyle. If they don't have any mind control, they aren't going to do it. I try to teach them this so they have the independence to go off and do it on their own, which I don't want them to rely on me. I want them to do it on their own. That's their power. That's where your power lies. You want it to become a lifestyle. So when you're encountered with a survival situation, like the Texas freeze, basically, it's a lifestyle already. You're already in a zone. Hey, Kathy Owen here, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about transforming your life in magic fashion. My name is Kathy Owen, certified fitness trainer and life coach since 2002, and a survivor of complex post-traumatic stress disorder and narcissistic abuse. And today I teach others how to transform their lives in magic fashion. I love the idea of a mental diet. And if you hear all my videos, I'm always talking about it as a solution to all the pitfalls that we run into. And it's no wonder why, because a mental diet is one of your most powerful things you can do on this journey we call life. Why? Because a mental diet, all it is you become aware of your thoughts. I love the book by Emmett Fox, 7-Day Mental Diet. What it asks you to do is ask you to just become aware of what you're thinking. Is that a positive thought or is that a negative thought? And the negative thoughts we want to stop dwelling on. Oh my God, this is so powerful. Here's why. Because as a survivor of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, what happens in your mind is you dwell on the future. You dwell on it, dwell on it, dwell on it until it's become a big old pot of junk. And when that happens, whoa, you're in trouble. You are in trouble and you're stressed out to the max. But we can stop that. How? By doing a mental diet. Picture this table full of food, full of all of your favorite junk foods. For this analogy, we're going to say it's 90,000 calories, and you get to eat that all day long today. No willpower, no nothing, just go ahead and eat it and just eat it. You're going to eat it all day long. It's the same thing as a mental diet. You think 90,000 thoughts in a day. What's the quality of those thoughts? What are they? Start thinking about that. Even before you do the 7-day mental diet, like taught by Emmett Fox, I'm going to put a link to the description below to the book. And of course, this is one of the things I teach. Actually, it's probably one of the first things I teach in my course. Why? Because it is so life-changing. The first time I heard of a mental diet was through listening to Joseph Rodriguez videos. And it was in November of 2019. That's the first time I heard of it. I'm like amazed that that's the first time I heard of it and the first time I tried it. So when you first become aware of it, it's just good to look over the material and become aware of what you're thinking. Then pick your 7 days, put it on your calendar, mark it down. This is when I'm going to start this. And what you do as you become aware of what you're thinking. Is that a positive thought or is that a negative thought? The negative thoughts, you do not dwell on them. You do not shame yourself for thinking them, but you don't dwell on them. And I did a mental diet during Christmas, where Christmas is full of triggers. And if you want to know more about triggers, I did a video on triggers not too long ago, but triggers just come up to all of us. I talk about them all the time because as a survivor of post-traumatic stress disorder, well, you get triggered. And guess what? They never, ever go away. But what goes away is your response to those triggers. So let's talk about a mental diet and how a little story about how to become aware of your thoughts. Picture this. You're at the office and you find out one of your coworkers who you've been hanging around with, one of your friends, had COVID. By the way, this happened in real life. And you're like, oh my God, I was around her this weekend. Your mind starts racing. 90 to nothing. You start thinking, oh my God, I got a sore throat. I think I'm coming down with the corona. And you start getting all nervous and mind screwing yourself. When 2 weeks later you look back and you didn't have it, and she didn't have it that bad, and everything turned out fine. But in the moment when you start mind screwing yourself, one question I want you to ask yourself is, where is my faith? Where is it? Am I putting it in the external world where I'm thinking I'm going to get sick and da 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 da? Or am I putting it in the internal world, which comes from here, and realizing that it's not going to affect me? Where is your faith? And bottom line, when you start thinking these thoughts, don't shame yourself. You're only human. You're going to think them, but don't dwell on them. Quickly, even jot it down, because that's another step in a mental diet. Jot it down and let it go. Let it go. And go on to the next thing. What are you thinking about that? What are you thinking about that? What are you thinking about that? That is all you need to do for a mental diet. But it's becoming a lifestyle. And if you watch my video on the Texas freeze and what I learned in the Texas freeze, my mental diet has become a lifestyle. Just like I'm coaching my clients to have their nutrition become a lifestyle, not a diet. And I've always hated that word diet because it implies that it's short term. It's not short term. But think about how good you feel when you eat those 90,000 calories of healthy food or 90,000 calories of junk food. Let's say you love donuts. You're just going to eat all 90,000 calories of those donuts. Imagine how you're going to feel. But what's happened is we're so programmed in our subconscious mind to think these negative thoughts, I guess because they feel comfortable, believe it or not, they do, that we just stay stuck. We stay stuck. So I'm going to tell you about 3 common undesired outcomes that come from not training your mind, not going on a mental diet. And then, of course, in true Kathy Owen fashion, I'm going to give you solutions. Number 1, undesired outcome. Ask yourself, how do you talk to yourself? That's the person we talk to the most, is ourself. So what are your conversations with yourself? Food for thought. Are those conversations positive or negative? Really, only you can answer that. And most of the times, we are not even aware of how we're talking to ourselves. How are we talking to ourselves? And the person we beat up the most is ourselves. Oh my God, you're giving your power away when you do this. Number 2, what exactly are you thinking? In one of my videos, I had your first thought in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, that's probably one of the best times of the day to analyze your thoughts, because we're still in sleepy mode, we're still in subconscious mode, and that's where your power lies, my friend. Do you wake up and go, oh God, I got to get out of bed. Oh my God, I got to go to work today. Oh my God, I got this going on. I got that going on. I got to do, it's going to be a long day. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Start training your mind to go, oh, there I go again. Negative thought. That's going to run off with me. I'm going to change that. It's going to be a great day. I'm going to put a smile on my face the second I wake up. Remember that smile challenge I had? Yeah, that's still out there. You can still do that. When you smile, you send signals to your brain that just whoop, change everything. But the same thing happens with your thoughts. Just say it. Number 3, undesired outcome. You have no thought control whatsoever. What do I talk about all the time? Control your thoughts. You know, one of the things I like to do when I'm becoming aware of my thought habits is I like to apply the golden rule, which means do unto others as you would have do unto you. That even means when you're thinking and talking to yourself, do unto yourself as you would want done to yourself. We are so programmed to not even become aware, especially in this day and time, with all the technology we have and all the information we have, we don't become aware of our thought habits and how we talk to ourselves and what's going on. So let's talk about solutions. Number 1, and I love this, picture a positive slide. One of the first things I teach my clients is, what is your definite chief aim? What do you want? What exactly do you want? What do you want? I mean, really, some people don't even know the answer to that question. They don't even know what they want. So I tell them, okay, we're going to picture a positive slide and we're going to start meditating on this. And that positive slide has to do with everything. You can even do this when you're having an argument with somebody. What is a positive slide, Kathy? It is this. Think of what you want and picture it happening. Picture yourself doing it. I'll give you an example of my own. I'm training to become a public speaker. I'm in Toastmasters. And so one of my goals is to improve on that. So I picture myself with all the 5 senses. I picture myself standing in front of the audience, confidence ablazing. Number 2, I smell the aroma in the air. It's a meeting where we're having coffee and I smell the coffee in the air. I hear chairs clanging and everybody getting ready to sit down and the audience looking up towards the stage that's beautifully decorated. I see the stage. It's beautiful. It's immaculate. And I walk out onto the stage. I feel myself walking out there. I even feel the air conditioning in the air and just all the wonderful feelings that go on. And I even feel it in my heart. And then I see the crowd. I have their attention. I picture more in the middle of my speech when I've got in the zone and I got it going on, and I picture their attention, paying attention. As a public speaker and in Toastmasters, I've given some speeches. One of my first 2 speeches, my first 2 were horrible. And I remember looking out into the audience and I saw people yawning, bored. Oh, Lordy. But now when I look at my audience and in my slide, I see them taking notes. I see them writing down, paying full attention to what I have to say. It's a journey, of course. But let me tell you something about picturing that positive slide. When you dwell on that, especially in a state akin to sleep, as Neville Goddard teaches, you get all 5 senses going in this situation. And it's amazing. It will transform your life in magic fashion. Not kidding you. Number 2 solution, monitor your self-talk. How are you talking to yourself? What's that conversation about? What are you thinking? What are you saying to yourself? Is that how you would talk to a child that you're trying to teach a lesson to? Just start monitoring that. I like to journal too. I like to write it down or perhaps put it into my phone. And there's a reason for that, because you can bring in the pruning shears of revision and rewrite it. And when you do that, it's like, wow, it's like powerful. So Another way to monitor your self-talk is what we call morning pages, and it's in the book, The Artist's Way, links in the description below. And she teaches us to just write first thing in the morning, brain dump, brain dump, brain dump, brain dump, 750 words, 3 pages. And there's a website called 750words.com where you can just start doing that and start typing it in. Boom, 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 get it done. You can do it on your phone. Start to brain dump and monitor how you're talking to yourself and start seeing where you're thinking these negative thoughts, and don't dwell on them, rewrite them, or start thinking in a positive slide. Number 3, do not shame yourself. This is extremely important and is one of the main factors they talk about in the mental diets with either Neville Goddard or the book by Emmett Fox. And when you see a thought, do not shame yourself. Remember the power versus force levels of consciousness. When you're down here in shame, where are you? At the bottom of the scale. We want to go up. And a lot of times it takes courage to go up. It takes courage to really face what you're thinking. It takes courage to go on a diet in general. I mean, in fitness, think about it. You do it. But you start to raise up into levels of consciousness, and then this becomes easy. This becomes lifestyle. And that is exactly what you want. Which, of course, leads me to the 4th solution. And that is to become a lifestyle. As a personal trainer, this is what I try to instill in my clients, to become a lifestyle. If they don't have any mind control, they aren't going to do it. I try to teach them this so they have the independence to go off and do it on their own, which I don't want them to rely on me. I want them to do it on their own. That's their power. That's where your power lies. You want it to become a lifestyle. So when you're encountered with a survival situation like the Texas freeze, basically, it's a lifestyle already. You're already in a zone, which I'm going to talk about in a future video. You want to get in flow, as Mihai Csikszentmihalyi teaches us in flow. Link in the description below. You want to get in the zone. I have realized that I'm already in the zone. I'm already in a lifestyle of a mental diet. I can catch a negative thought like that and I can rewrite it like that. And I can also teach others how to do the same thing because it is extremely powerful. Extremely. When it becomes a lifestyle, just the same thing as a diet. In eating healthier foods, it becomes a lifestyle. You start to realize, oh, I don't have those headaches anymore. And I'm talking about healthy foods, but also healthy thoughts. I don't feel like I have to go to the bathroom all the time. And I feel really, really good. It just happens like that. And all of a sudden you're like, ooh, this is now a lifestyle. I like this and I'm going to stick with it. That's what happens when you do a mental diet. All right, that's my video for today. I hope you liked it. I got a new program coming up, and you may have heard about it through the during the video. I may have inserted a commercial. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet or not, but my new signature program is called Stop the Mindfuck. Sorry, Mom, for the bad word, but yeah, it is so impactful because that's exactly what I teach. And as a survivor of post-traumatic stress disorder, I realize that's all we do is mind screw ourselves into a negative situation. And where's your power? In your mind. Let's stop doing that and sign up. Link in the description below, or I put it on the video right here where you can see that. Hope you liked my video today, and until next time, I'll see you next time. Peace out.